Andy said on Sunday he thinks they could have the best 1-2 punch at wide receiver in the whole league.
Wow.
And he loves the guys in Cincinnati. He talks about them all the time. But with the way George Pickens is playing and C.D. Lamb back, that might be the best 1-2 punch. Plus, they have the tight end.
And Nick, you always notice people say, who's the hardest receiver you had to cover? And it depends upon who's throwing the ball. So the way that Dak Prescott is playing with the combination of those two guys on the outside, it's hard to pick. The guys in Cincinnati, yes, but Joe Flacco, I don't know if he's going to play the same way he did Thursday night every week.
Jerry Jones, if he could have just figured out how to sign Micah Parsons, he would have been executive of the year. Who would have thought? Hell of a coach hire, great Pickens acquisition, Williams acquisition. You are executive of the year if you don't let the best defensive player in football leave your building.
George Pickens is ridiculously good, right? I mean,
he's
so talented right now. You interviewed him after the game, right? I mean, it's all good right now.
I mean, the vibes are great there, especially on offense. He's like, because they got C.D. Lamb. By the way, this offense was cooking without C.D. Lamb, without half the offensive line healthy. I mean, nothing has stopped them this year.
So he's done a good job.
He's a big receiver. You guys want to see an even bigger receiver? This is so good it will carry them to the playoffs. You believe it or not?
Let me channel my Jeff Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Believe it! I'm rolling with the Dallas Cowboys right now. Not only because the offense is putting up 40 points against the Washington Commanders. The defense was sneaky, a lot better this past Sunday. But I think those weapons, C.D. Lamb on one side, George Pickens on the other side, and then Javonte Williams running the ball out of the backfield. This Dallas Cowboys offense was absolutely rolling.
Why are you laughing?
No, because J-Mac caught himself. He almost said that that defense was good. He said they sneaky a lot better.
Yeah, you held yourself. I like it.
Not horrible.
Yeah.
He said they sneaky a lot better. They're getting there. They're being a little bit more aggressive on defense. They're going in the right direction. It's hard to be sneaky worse when you were 31st, I think, by EPA last year.
I think that the comparison would be to the Bengals of last year, who had maybe the best offense with the best quarterback in Joe Burrow. Do the Cowboys have that?
Yeah.
Are the Cowboys have C.D. Lamb back?
The Colts offense is really good, but I think what Cowboys have with Dak Prescott is definitely
he's playing off the charts. I mean, if you're going to compare it to the Joe Burrow situation of last year, it's a great comparison because they've lost games based on scoring 40 points or whatever and not being able to close them out. So as you think about this football team, I just don't think I don't think the defense can last. As the season progresses and keeps moving forward, as much as I love their offense, it is hard to score that many points every week. The ball sometimes just don't go your way. Bounces, deflection. Well, it doesn't look hard right now.
You were there this weekend, right? Well, what sense did you get? You covered their game with the Commanders. What did you sense?
The head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, who, by the way, looking like a pretty good hire so far.
Absolutely.
Right. He was in the defensive meeting room a good chunk this past week. And one of his messages, as silly as it sounds, is kind of like, be aggressive. Like, try and take some chances. If you give up a touchdown, at least you did it quick, and now Dak has the ball back.
Yeah.
We are going to score
as opposed to the 6-minute drive.
All right, Cowboys Nation, lock in, because we're not just talking about another NFL midseason update here. We're talking about a shift in the very DNA of this football team. The Dallas Cowboys are making it clear they're not backing down, not folding, not punting on 2025, not when there's still time, still talent, and still a shot to make a serious run. This is about urgency, about timing, and about finally answering that question every Cowboys fan has been asking for years. Are we serious or are we pretending? And today, we have our answer. Jerry Jones, owner, GM, and the voice that echoes through this franchise, has put the league on notice. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't hide behind coach speak. He said it loud and clear. We are open for business. He said if a deal makes this team better, especially on defense, it's on the table. And here's the key. He didn't stop there. He reminded everyone that this team has major resources to make a move. And if you've been following this team closely, you know exactly what that means. They're not just looking, they're prepared. Because let's be honest, this season hasn't been perfect. The defense has been inconsistent. The secondary has struggled. The run defense has been gashed. But what matters most is this. They're not ignoring it. They're owning it. They're responding. And that's the difference between good teams and great ones. Now, let's get into the heart of this conversation, because it's not just about the defensive side. There's one name floating around that should have every Cowboys fan leaning forward: Jerome Ford. Remember that name, because early in the year, it sounded like a stretch. Why go after a backup running back from the Browns? But now, now it makes sense. With Miles Sanders hitting IR and Jaydon Blue still trying to find his footing as a rookie, the Cowboys need depth. They need insurance. They need a spark. And Jerome Ford brings all that and more. He's not your every-down workhorse, but he doesn't need to be. Not with Javonte Williams healthy and running strong. What Ford brings is explosiveness. He's a weapon out of the backfield, a pass-catching threat, a guy who can break a 12-yard run into a 30-yard chunk. And more importantly, he doesn't take away from Blue. He complements him. He gives Dallas versatility. And here's the beautiful part. He wouldn't cost a fortune. He's exactly the kind of move Jerry talked about. Impactful, affordable, and smart. That's the key word here. Smart. Because Jones has made it clear, this team is not interested in emptying the vault for a superstar splash. They're not giving up first-round picks for a headline. They're building, calculating, targeting guys who fit, guys who elevate, guys who can help this team right now without sacrificing the future. And that, Cowboys Nation, is how you build a winning team. You don't always need the loudest move. You need the right move. Let's step back for a second and look at the bigger picture. The NFC is wide open. No one is running away with it. The Eagles have holes. The 49ers have taken losses. The Lions are good, but not unbeatable. If the Cowboys tighten things up, if they add just one or two key pieces, they can go from dangerous to legit contender. That's what this is about. Now, don't get me wrong, the defense absolutely needs help. That's been the Achilles heel this year. Missed tackles, late coverage rotations, lack of pass rush in key moments. It's been tough to watch. But the offense is right there. CeeDee Lamb is healthy, George Pickens is emerging, Dak is finding rhythm. The offensive line is protecting. And when this offense clicks, they can drop 30 on anyone. That's the truth. So, the question becomes, what's the missing link? Depth, consistency, versatility. And that's why Ford makes sense. He adds a layer of safety, speed, and adaptability that allows this team to be more than just predictable. He keeps defenses honest. He keeps the playbook wide open. But let's go deeper. This isn't just about Ford. It's about attitude, about sending a message to the locker room, about telling this roster, we believe in you. We're not done. We're not watching this season slip away. That type of message matters. Players feel that. Coaches feel that. Fans feel that. The trade deadline isn't just about changing the roster. It's about changing the momentum. We've seen teams do it before. Make one midseason move, and suddenly everything clicks. Energy rises, accountability increases, the locker room gets tighter. And right now, that's what Dallas needs. They're not out of it, not even close, but they need a spark, a shift, something that ignites belief again. So, here's the bottom line, Cowboys Nation. This team is alive. This team has the talent. This team has the will. And now, they have the opportunity. With the right trade, maybe it's Ford, maybe it's a defender, they can change the course of the season. They can go from hopeful to threatening, from a question mark to an exclamation point. And for us, the fans, that's all we've ever asked. Fight for it. Go for it. Don't wait for next year, because this could be the year. So now I'm turning it over to you. What do you think? Is Jerome Ford the right move? Should the Cowboys prioritize defense instead? What trade would you make if you were Jerry? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because I want to hear what Cowboys Nation is feeling. And while you're at it, hit that like button if you still believe in this team. Smash that subscribe button if you want more honest takes, real analysis, and passionate Cowboys content every week. This is Cowboys Nation Report. We're not done, we're just getting started. Let's ride.